Hello, now then, and welcome back. This is episode 4 of the Ironteeth normal mode experimental 1.0 playthrough on the new Oasis map, although it's not actually that new anymore, as there has been some changes that the devs have made to it, which unfortunately means we don't get those. So they've changed how Badwater works. So this doesn't happen anymore, in theory. So I'm interested to see what this does when we unpause this, because obviously this was from a save, but these no longer work in a bad side. I have opened this map in on the computer to see what they've done. They've added some things coming out here and changed the map layout slightly. Other than that, I don't think they've actually changed anything. I think there's some over here, and I think there's another one way over here near this thing. We could look to put them in if we really wanted to, I suppose, to see what the mechanics do. Although I think it's probably going to be something we do, I guess, maybe at the end just to see what it does, because I'm curious to know if it spits out bad water all the time or not, which I don't think it does. So, yeah. Other than that, we will resume where we are with this one. We have 2.1 days left on a bad tide and cycle 8 day 16, so hopefully it's not going to be too painful for the beavers. The colony itself is running kind of sweet at the minute. We've got canola and corn, and of course the food factory, which makes all the corn, which basically keeps these beavers going on a very limited food stuff, but they should be fine with it. Colony's not too bad, so we'll just let them run away with it. Looks like that's draining. Yes, so that will never do bad water ever again, which is nice. Obviously it was a thing originally, but not now. So today's episode, we kind of fixed the food situation for at least the foreseeable, and definitely for a colony of this size. But we do need to look at expanding the heavy industry. Now, we do have some beautiful options around for engines, which now take water. It's been pointed out on a previous episode from someone watching, which I hadn't seen actually, but good to know that it takes a little bit of water. Makes sense, I guess, if it's steam. It's usually how that works. And so yes, it's basically going to be expansion of the industry, which we sort of started over here. We've got the basics laid in. We've gone too high on the storage, and we are going to need to get to some more metal soon because this will run out. So today's mission is probably going to be, I guess, getting up here. Quite how to do that efficiently, I'm not sure, but we do have a boatload of science, which is lovely to see. And that's obviously coming from the inventors huts down here, which will be a thing until we get somewhere along the path of looking at the number cruncher. We could afford one. We could build one, and that would give us 2 beavers back. But we will make the science back pretty sharpish. So I can't remember if we were anywhere deciding what we needed from that point of view. I guess it was this thing. Start blowing stuff up, but I can't remember why. Never mind. This is not the most efficient layout of the wheels either to get the best throughputs, but we could fix that with dynamite. So that's the bad tide over. So we can stop worrying about this. We can just open that. I would like to do something with bad water without having to rely on this, which probably involves tunnels at some point, which is possibly what I was thinking when I thought, let's lay this thing in. Potentially. We can build it quite easily, actually. We're pretty much full on all the stuff, so why not? Let's just get them to put it in. Shouldn't take them too long to add the bits and pieces to it. We don't really have the jobs for it, but with the number cruncher, we will. Just where do we stick the thing? That's the problem. Can't get around here. Could just stick it up here, to be fair. Let's see. So we're going to need at least, I believe. Let's pause it a sec so they don't build something stupid while I'm trying to figure out something stupid. Yeah, alright, so we're not really there, are we? Fine. Let's just do this. Let's just build something stupid. Should fit on top. That should fit down there. And the old fancy science box should hook in nicely there. So let's let them build that. And then with the number cruncher, we are probably going to be in a decent spot for, well, not really worrying, but certainly getting things done a little bit quicker. I don't know if they can build that. Maybe they can. Maybe they have a special stretch just to get that far. Yeah, it seems like they can. Awesome. So, science. Number cruncher. Let's chuck this in here and say goodbye to all that science that we've just made. That is still achievable with what we've got, so that's good. It'll put a big dent in certainly our gears, but again, beggars can't be choosers. We did build a squeezer, I believe. Yes, here it is. So we can put the squeeze on the canola. We do need to store it somewhere, which I believe is here. Good. Given the amount there is, it's probably going to be worth our time maybe just making this a big one to start with. So we already have them unlocked. We may as well so just line that up. Stick me their seeds in here. And we'll get them that emptied at some point. Probably say that just do that as well. Make maybe it's a bit more efficient. Haulers will fix that ultimately for us. Did we ever unlock the kabooms? We did not, but we're not there yet, so that's fine. We could probably do with that. Tube ways is going to be an important one for us. So I think this is a good investment. We've got all the things I think we're going to need, at least for now. We will need somewhere to put, once we put the squeeze on it, to put the juices in. So I guess I get that, but let's just pause it for now. That will be something they get to eventually. Aha! We're crunching them numbers. Happy days. So then, thank you for coming to here. We'll not delete them yet, but their time with us will be short. We probably... yes, bad water is a problem. So now we have that going, we can worry about the bad water. We'll just pause it for now. So we are using quite a lot of power with not too much running, but once the number cruncher has given us a nice healthy wedge of science, we can and buy some stuff here. We can look to fix it. I'm just gonna buy these for now. And tubeways are going to be the way forward for these guys, as that's going to get us up to here somehow. TBC how, but somehow. How are we doing for wood? Not the greatest. We probably do need a wood farm too. Don't know if we discussed doing a wood farm. Oh, we did lay this actually. Apparently we're coming over here for metal now. Never mind. Ignore me. We will not worry about coming up here. We do need 2 ways though, because this is a very long way, so we can make it somewhat more efficient getting them over here. Let's see. So we've got plenty of beds. Well-being is good. I believe we have beds for injuries. That's fine. We could look to get something done to improve some of the scores though. So mangrove, we could put it down in here, but that's quite a bit. Corn we've got for days. Mushrooms are going to take a lot to grow. Could be the soys. We could go for soys. I think it's going to be worth fixing trees. Once we fix trees, I think it's going to be worth then looking at. Would like to just cut this off. Yeah, okay, so I think, let's see what we've got somewhere in here. Logs, plenty of gears, plenty of metal, so yes. But now, this is just going to be a quick and dirty... Just a couple in here. And I suppose we're going to need somewhere to stick bad water. Not sure whether to commit to this size tank, so I'm not going to. Yeah, and you will be for bad water. Okay. So we just need the number crunch to crunch that number. Do we have enough hospital beds? Yes, we do. It's probably because they're in this thing, which tragically does injure them quite highly. As does this, but there's no one in it anyway, so we're fine. Good, we have someone in there. That'll store 15 bad water. Build me that next, actually. Get rid of that. Scrap is a problem. Okay, so they can work on that. That's not a problem. Power is not the best. So we probably will need to look at adding another wheel at some point, or I guess potentially fixing some of the water inefficiencies, I guess. It might need rebuilding, but eventually. Not now. We might need to chuck in another wheel though, just to hook it in. I don't think we can do that. Let's just see. No, we probably definitely could. So let's just say, where was it again? There. Yeah, let's just do that. thinking if it's worth it or not. Is that not deep enough? Oh yeah, we'll need another one. And then it should fit. Like so. And I think we discovered they can reach that from where they are. Doesn't say they can't, so I'll take that as a win. Planks will be fine, logs less so. Cool, so they're in there. Yes, they can build it. Let's get someone in here. I would like dynamite, as I would like to start creating some areas for watering this place. Speaking of though, what is this? 400, and it needs nothing too exotic. I wonder. We would have built this and chuck an engine in. Okay. So we can make more water come out there, and it's not so much of a risk anymore. This area could be quite useful to us for both trees and mangrove fruits, so let's concentrate on that for just a second. And I know we're a bit bitting and bobbing to get around. However, because there's no bad water problems anymore, there's a little bit of contamination there, but I don't think we can stress too much about it because it's only a couple of tiles. So let's just say, actually I don't think I'm going to come down too far into here, but I am just going to basically say stick these in. Project for a later time, I suppose, but with this set to something somewhat decent. Okay, we're on the bad tide approaching, so that's okay. Quite nervous about making sure this is up already, so yes, we're a little bit early, but better to be safe than sorry. And we'll just hook it straight into the back of this. There we go. So there's plenty of juice coming out of that now. Where are we? Power, 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 power. Give me one of these. One of these. One of these. So that's probably the quickest and easiest thing they can do. Just pause that so they don't do anything stupid. And we should, at that point, once it's hooked in, be able to get some extra power in there. Looks like they're doing that first. I'd rather the power go in first, actually. So, where's that priority button? Close that for now. Don't need anyone in there. Just should be 3 logs and we're done. So we're supplying just under 1,000 at the minute. I guess it was nearly 200 this one would kick out for us, so... Okay, they're not going to do anything stupid, so we can take that out. Do be this. Oh yeah, it's doing 182. Nearly 200. Should be more than enough to keep this happy down here, at least for a time being. Right, how are we doing over here? Not the fastest, which is fine. Gears are still good, metal's still good. We have five sticks. We do need a storage actually, so let's see where we can put a boomstick now. Boomstick storage can sit up here. I believe it's one of these. They build me that. They should be able to build me some better storage. Make that low-hanging fruit. We don't want to get too excited with that right away. Let's just go back over here. Awesome. So we have one in. And let's unlock this here drill. Everything here is fine. Everything here is, in fact, fine. It's 2 days. That's okay. No biggie. And for power, again, I know potentially not the most ideal solution for this, but yeah, oh, we don't have that yet either. Never mind, we have an engine now. Happy days. Thought we'd unlocked that previously. Must be thinking of a different playthrough. But with that connected there, then we should just be able to do this. Connect that in. I think we've got the stuff for it. Sitting there for that. Less so for that. We probably should look to grow the population as well, so bring me a breeding pod. Beavers are still looking good. We've got 1,000,001 corn rations, that's nice. Then with any luck, once this is in, we can at least water it, and then we won't need the paths anymore, that's for sure. Let's just tidy that up. All reachable, so that's okay. So that'll obviously get us what we need to get with water down here. It should greenify a lot of this, so we're going to need a forester down here, as our trees are going to come into this area. We're also going to need... where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What am I looking for? No, it's just a forester, I think. Is there a better way to put this somewhere? Not really. Let's plan this somewhat efficiently then. Let's just say we'll put a little teeny tiny tank in. This guy can be water. Can't set to obtain, but he can feed this. And I suppose some logs in there just to keep that fed. Okie dokie. What was that? Didn't keep an eye on this drying out though, did we? My bad. Very much my bad. So this guy should be able to plant us pretty much everything we need. The mangroves will be all in here. But obviously you can't fit, which is an annoyance. So we can plant trees. Does that improve things if we put a ladder? Yes, it does. Okay. We will leave this jank pathing in and put the staircase there, and we'll take this one out. So we'll get those laid in. We'll take that jank path out. And then it's just going to be oaks for days. How far can you reach up here? So up to there. Will we ever need to get round? Don't think so. We'll lay in 4. We probably won't need 4, but we'll lay in 4. And this entire area can just then be planted for oaks. Awesome. So this guy's done. They're going to need to get all this built. That shouldn't take too long, I hope. Not entirely sure what the reach will be, but let's just assume they can at least get those bits watered. Then yes, you do the fruits. So let's just say we'll get those 2 in. Your only job down here is the fruits, but that's all that's down here anyway. What might be an idea to think about before we get too excited as well. I'm just thinking about coffee, so I'll just lay that path in so we have a way through without having to worry about digging it out later. We can get coffee down in there, so that's not going to be a problem for us. Emptying at some point. Good, that's doing nice. Let's see, everything down here is looking fine. We burnt through all of our goods yet? Nope. Okay, perfect. Like that doing first. Just because it gives, once this is in and it's flooding anyway, they can at least plant the mangroves. Hopefully it will move a little bit quicker. We do have 4 beavers doing absolutely nothing, so hauling or builders? That's the question. Oh, we do have haulers. Well. I'm further ahead than I thought. Happy days. Well, it's full anyway. Did they plant the other thing? By plant, I mean builds? Not yet. That's fine. Okay, so we have an engine at least. We could have probably done with some storage up here for this stuff, but never mind. Right, those stairs are in, so let's just say goodbye to all of this. And get the mangroves in. Now we can put another set of stairs down over here. If there's going to be a forester, they may as well plant both. Any luck, it shouldn't take them too long. It should be done today, then it's just building the bits on top. And then this should, all being well, mean that we get power. I think it is a bit much that it takes an entire engine to power these things, but never mind. Okay, last but by no means least. And it's night time, of course it is. Thank you. Oh, maybe you're coming to do it. You are not. Thanks, cool. We are out of beds as well, so is what it is. So El Buildero, let's get that in. I'll just chuck that in and then get around to it whenever. Well, 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 look at that. So I don't know how much water these actually kick out, to be fair, so this is going to be a nice learning exercise for us all. Seems to be fine. Look at that greenery, beautiful. That is exactly what we need. There's a lot of evaporation that's going to occur here, but not much we can do about it. Cool, and Zomubat is going to hook us up with this. Let's tick that. No, we'll get the food stuff first. I think we're okay for wood at the minute. We're a bit low, but not the worst it could be. Still plenty to cut down, which I think this guy can reach anyway, so we're okay there. And we do have some of these we could, in theory, cut down, but we're not going to. Okay, so... Yeah, yes, but you do not need to be in here. There are no trees. The same with you and you. But it's an excellent reminder that I do need to say, cut me them down. Good. Did I miss a tree, actually? I think they can reach that. Not sure. Good. Well, there's no way to tell, so it's planted if it can be. Ah, yes, they're doing that circle thing, aren't they? Fair enough. Fine. I suppose, let's see what we've got. A ton of metals, cogs, and planks, so we can build that. Let's just turn that back on then. You are going to be canola oil. We will get someone in the squeezer. We don't have too many cassavas, to be fair, but I think we've got enough anyway, so is it fulfilling their needs? Yes, okay, fine. Okay, so we have a ton of science at this point, so we can probably stop worrying too much about what we need to have. Could we squeeze in? We'll fit in like that. It'd be nice if it went just neatly in here, to be fair, but never mind. For the sake of it, let's just put that there. Well, it's going to be a bit of an odd way to get round, I know, but if we're going to plant oaks, they won't fit underneath there, so we may as well take as much advantage of the land as we can. And let's plant some coffee in that there nebula, eh? So they should fit under there quite nicely. Suppose till we have a better idea if we need to come over here for anything, we'll just put that path in. There should be more than enough for that. These get coffee. They do get coffee, so we need some of these. Is it worth storage close by? I think the answer is yes, but where explicitly? Let's just say there. You will be for the coffee. Beans, at least. We should probably plant just a tiny bit more to make up for what we've just lost. So let's just say that you do not need to be here. Not yet. And the rest of this could be more trees. So let's make this decision right here, right now, so that they get emptied pretty fast. Actually, I suppose if we're doing it properly, we should make this a hauling problem. So let's just do that. Do it that way. We are out. Okie dokie. So, thank you. Please go find something else to do. We do not need this to exist here. I believe we have some over here. Yes, we do. Okay. So we're going to get these built. Quite a number of jobs not available, but the population should increase quite nicely to fix that. So the question is then, Let's fix storage for goods, I suppose. This food is kind of over here, but not really. So let's say you're for coffee, though. Okay, we have a drought approaching, so that's not too much to worry about. But let's get ahead of needing another one of these. Where's that gone? Thanks. Strange. I guess you're not allowed to click it ever again. Fair enough. Leave him to it. This guy can help out, so that's quite good. That gets us more trees in the ground a little bit quicker. What we should have done, what we still could do, is put that there. Gives us a bigger chunk as well for more mangroves if were felt so inclined to. So why not? Let's just put them in. Let's select underneath the water to go. I think we're not allowed to see it anymore. That's fine. That's okay. Cool, we're making the juice, so, well, oil, which we'll need for some stuff later. It's better to have it stashed up now. Fall on bad water. Right, let's spend some cash, should we? I would love a sluice. Yes, please. I would like these dynamites too. Tunnels, not yet, but I think it's probably worth looking to get centrifuge. Yes. Don't need it quite yet, but the advantage it's going to give us when we do need it is maybe we could put it in, I guess, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Okay, so let's just get another storage bin. Could fit nicely there, actually. For pines. Got to make this area sort of the food grown goods area. Okay, so 8-day drought. I think that's the longest we can get. Probably slow the roll of these guys a little bit, just so we don't kill everything off. See, this won't do anything now, but in theory, there should be plenty of water in here to not cause us too much of an issue. Move it to 0.95. Might give us just a tiny little bit extra. That just needs to become hit with a hammer. Yes, and I realise now the other thing that I should have unlocked was these. Yes, please. Could have maybe done with one down here, but we didn't put one in, so but one can go here beautifully. Just lay it in and pause it for now. Let's just think about how we're going to lay this out. So I'd like the central hub somewhere to come out around here. Do I want to take the paths out? Don't think I do. Okay, so if we were then to say, wisely or not, so we can do this and run the two ways across the top of the paths. Didn't mean to do that. Where's that gatherer's flag gone? Your workplace. I'd like the workplace pausing, but never mind. Little low priority. Now we can come out the side, run all the way across through here, then come out here. I think a very similar construct to this. I don't know, does this work? It does work. Oh, that's incredibly dirty. Can't build it. We can't build them. Not yet. Soon. Please remind me to do that. But that would be awesome to be able to do that. Pause that because I don't want them to build it just quite yet. Laying all of this business though. Construction job's that big, it's probably going to be best to lay some planks up here at least. So let's just say big old pile planks, and then we're going to need one for metal at some point, so we can just switch it out after they've done that, so that'll be okay. So we're halfway through and we're halfway down the water, just under, so we may dry out. Good. Plenty of builders there. So have they been stolen from hauling posts? We need to haul, not build. I mean, we need to build too, but still, you know what I mean. Oh good, that's got done, so they can reach all that, so that's nice. We could put some more in actually. What's that too? Thank you. Can't build that one or that one. But I'm hoping with enough mango fruits we should be okay. We get 4 out of it. I don't believe it needs any further processing. I can't remember. We could improve this also. Let's just say... If that gets put there, we should be able to stick a farm on top of that. To flip. Once that's done, we should be in. Get rid of this one and just leave this one. And we can claim 4 squares back for some cassavas. So we'll leave it for now. But that should. The reach distance is the same anyway, so that's fine. Makes it a little bit more efficient like we did for this one. We could sink it into the ground now, actually. We have dynamite, so that does work for us. Obviously, without this, we're making no juices or wheels or science. But that's just a problem you get from. Look at that, don't need a guy in there. Unfortunately, that's just part and parcel of the fact we haven't got the Badwater domes yet, as they will obviously work even in droughts if we install them. But for the sake of greenifying the area, probably not ideal. Don't think there's anywhere we've really got that's got. Would be nice to have continuous 24/7 power other than there. Maybe here, I guess, but would need some work, which we could do later. Not for now. Not for now. How's the water looking in this? So about halfway down with a day left. Okay. That should be fine. Bowlers aboard. So we've emptied that one, so this is now built though, so we've doubled our water supply, which is nice. I did wonder why it was looking so low, but yes, this is finished now, so that's okay. Half a day left. That's probably going to dry out anyway. May as well get it out before it evaporates. One extra builder. Okay. What are we actually building at this point? Not much. Okay, so that did dry out just as it finished, but luckily we're back in business. So great news for us. So this should be back filling back up, which it looks like it is. Just need to make sure we don't flood this. That coffee's coming in as well. Nice. Okay. Let's see what complains first. Do we flood? Yes, we do. Do we not? No, I think we're good. We are out of planks though, so that's not good, but that's because we have no power. I will keep the gears low. Is there no gears to... Oh yeah, they're there. It's 1:26, so we aren't actually got enough with what we've got there, but never mind. Do we build another one? If we were, what kind of power can we expect? Let's use the new fancy tool. What was it a sec? Because we're going to need to kind of fudge this to see. Okay, we're going to have to double fudge it to see. Oh, we're not going to be able to see anything because it's going to clip into there. $44, that is absolutely terrible. What about if we were to build it here? A lot. Okay, so I guess it's because it's too deep. Not sure there's too much we can do about that right now. Short of thinning out this path. Wondering if that's worth the logs. Is the juice worth the squeeze? Don't think it is. If we were to lay another one on the other side of it, what do we get out of that? We will resume shortly. I apologise. And just... but it's not connected to anything, so we need to come across. Another 144. How do we even get them to build it? I'm not sure. I think we'll leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. We need to figure out how better to do power. There is this... I could put it down in here, but there's not really a decent path that way. This looks interesting. Nice long straight path there. Let's just do a quick recce down here. Hello. Okay. That would be nice. Think they're this far apart? I'm just guessing. I was not even close. I'm really doing well here. I'm pretty sure you were supposed to be there. I tell you what, I can fix this. Problem solved. Oh, hello, you went there. Fair enough. That's not what I wanted, but fine. that alone would be 1,000,000 power. Not 1,000, but it's close enough. If we were to blow that up, stick something on this side, let's just see what that would give us. Power. That can't go there, but it could if we blasted out some of that. That would give us nearly 2,000 power. Something to consider, because we could put a dome on this to keep it pumping bad water forever. I think that's a very good idea. Can we get underneath here? No, we can't. What we got underneath here? We could tunnel somewhat. What's that? Ah. We could tunnel and then hook it into this business. We just literally come up here, hook it in the side. Aha. Okay. Job for next time, I think. So let's see where we are. We do need someone in here. We do need someone in the gather reflex too. Suppose you. Does that get us our jobs? It gets us one. Gets us one. Planks are on the ups, that's fine. Gonna pause you. 30 is fine. For now at least. Should get us down here. No. There's 2 more spare jobs, where are they? Just need to wait for some baby beavers. Let's see. Speaking of. One's nearly ready. Okay, so we'll see how that works out for us. But I think this down here will be extremely useful. And with the power of tunnels, we can just run the power shafts underneath. We'll make it double wide, just because it's easy. And then just drop a tunnel straight down through here. We can't build anything there of any use, I don't believe, so we'll just drop it straight down through there and happy days. It'll hook all of that into here. We could have even considered capping that at that point, which would, if we got one of these going, that would give us quite a nice amount of fresh greenery down this side as well. But we'll worry about that next time, I think. So I think for now, we've made quite a number of improvements to the beavers' well-being. Not that there's much to see, but we are collecting coffee. We're not brewing it yet, but we are collecting it. Mangroves are just coming in, so that should improve the scores here. Cassavas and kohlrabis are now full, so that's fine. We could be doing a bit more on social life, to be fair. We can concentrate on some of that next time, as well as this major engineering project here. And yes, we will get the zip lines. Zip lines? It's the wrong faction. That was yesterday. The tubes installed, but we do need to run that across the path network. I have seen the tiny two-way stations that you can get for other factions, which would be lovely to put into this kind of thing, just to drop them off. But that's not the world we live in on this particular one, as there are no mods for this as yet. Well, I think you can install mods, but this isn't running any mods. It's vanilla. Okay, so enough of my rambling about mods. I will leave it here. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, please chuck them down below. I am keen to hear your thoughts. And have any suggestions of what we can be doing. If you think this is a good idea or not, please let me know, as it's going to be quite a lot of work for them. But other than that, as I've said, thanks very much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.